University students are in limbo today as contract faculty began their job action. Here's a live look at York University, where 3,000 contract faculty walked off the job after rejecting the university's final contract offer on Friday. That offer came after 6 months of negotiations. Now, there were no talks over the weekend, with the university saying the sides are too far apart for a deal. CP24's Kayla Williams is on campus and joins us live with the latest. And the students, Kayla, caught in the middle of this.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly who's caught in the middle of this, because we know that for the last 6 months, Nathan, York University as well as CUPE 3903 have been trying to go back and forth in order to find some middle ground for some 300,000 workers. We're talking about teacher assistants as well as graduate assistants and contract faculty at York University. And because ultimately they weren't able to find that agreement as of 12 midnight, they are officially on strike now, which of course will impact the academic year. Now, some of the things that are outstanding that the two parties just cannot seem to agree on at the moment are job security for contract faculty, accessibility and equity in the workplace, as well as stable and predictable graduate study funding. Now, we did, of course, have a chance to speak with both sides of the party. Here is more from York University President as well as Chancellor Rhonda Linton.
The challenge was that in response to our offer, we just got the original long list of items with very little change. And I think it's important that when we come back to the table that both sides can see that we have a path towards settlement. So we really need to get some type of counter proposal so that we've got something to work with.
The university has proposed takeaways. We don't do takeaways, so they basically want to take away 8 tenure stream jobs from our members who have been working here for 30 years. They offered us 1 a year, down from 8. So we're trying to get that number back. At the same time, we used to have summer funding. Our members now have to go from April 30th to September 30th with no pay, and that just isn't going to fly.
And that was Justin PANOS that you just heard from, one of the many workers now officially on strike. And you can obviously, Nathan, hear the frustration in his voice. And as of tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m., those 3,000 plus workers will be on strike, picketing not only the main entrance right behind me here at York University, but all entrances. And of course, speaking with some of the students here at York U, they understand both sides of this situation, if you will. But ultimately, this is day 1 of this strike that will ultimately impact the entire campus. Back to you for now.
All right, CP24's Kayla Williams. Thank you. Tonight, York University students are caught in the middle of a labor dispute that began today, bringing uncertainty to their semesters. Now, here's a live look at York University, where 3,000 contract faculty simply walked off the job after rejecting the university's final contract offer on Friday. That offer came after 6 months of negotiations. There were no talks over the weekend, with the university saying the sides are too far apart for an agreement. CP24's Kayla Williams is on campus and joins us live with the latest, and you heard it, both sides saying that they're just far apart on this.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's really no telling as of right now, Nathan, just how long this strike will be. But we do know that day 1 is almost in the books. And as you can see behind me now at York University, things are fairly calm now. But earlier, right where I was standing, hundreds of strikers were here. Initially started off as a rally, which essentially turned into a petition strike. Now, we are talking about 3,000 faculty workers, contract faculty workers, as well as teacher assistants, research assistants, and graduate assistants. Now, as you mentioned, the two sides to this negotiation just simply cannot agree on some of the bigger aspects, including job security for contract faculty, accessibility and equity in the workplace, as well as stable and predictable graduate study funding. Now, we did hear from a number of workers earlier today who say that, quite frankly, the final offer from York University simply wasn't good enough. We also had a chance to speak with York University President as well as Chancellor Rhonda Linton. Here's more from her.
We've been bargaining for 6 months. We put our best offer on the table March 1st. We were very much hoping that CUPE 3903 would accept, but when they rejected, we have to accept that, and we are now waiting for a counter proposal from them so that we could see that there would be a path towards settlement. We're also willing and able to accept an independent third-party arbitrator who could help find a fair compromise.
Now, at this point, beginning tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m., those plus 3,000 workers will be on strike, not only at the main entrance here at York University, but all entrances picketing. They, of course, are asking for the respect from the outsiders as well as students and staff that are not part of this to respect their rights to picket. And as far as a timeline goes, no word yet on when or if they will find an agreement. Back to you, Nathan.
All right. Thank you, Kayla.